The story of William Samoei Arap Ruto is a quintessentially Kenyan tale, one of hardship, ambition, and relentless hope. From a small Rift Valley village to State House, Ruto's journey is proof that humble beginnings don't define destiny. For millions, his rise mirrors their own aspirations, a son of a peasant farmer, dreaming of leading a nation. He wasn't born into privilege or a political dynasty, his inheritance was resilience, forged in scarcity. Barefoot walks to school and selling chickens on the roadside weren't just childhood memories, they became the foundation of his political identity. Ruto's path was anything but smooth. Betrayals, controversies, and obstacles tested him at every turn. Yet he adapted, reinvented himself, and turned adversity into advantage, often underestimated by rivals. He learned to play the long game, building alliances and waiting for his moment. This story traces his journey from tending livestock to university politics, from young politician to deputy president, and finally, to the presidency. We'll explore the challenges he overcame and the strategies that built his formidable political machine. Ultimately, we seek to understand how William Ruto, the original hustler, captured a nation's imagination and completed his improbable ascent. William Ruto was born in 1966 in Sugoi, Uasin Gishu County, to ordinary farmers Daniel and Sarah Cheruyo. Life was simple and tough. Luxuries were non-existent, and every day was a lesson in perseverance. Young William helped his family survive, famously selling chickens by the Eldoret-Malaba Highway, a first taste of hustling. His home was a mud-walled house. He often walked barefoot to Karatet Primary School, sharing the struggles of his community. Scarcity wasn't a source of shame, but a badge of honor that connected him deeply to rural life. His parents, devout Christians, instilled faith, discipline, and respect for elders. The community taught him Harambee, the power of pulling together for the common good. Progress, he learned, was built from the ground up, not handed down. These formative years grounded him, shaping a leader who spoke the language of the common folk. The dusty roads of Sugoi became the bedrock of his political persona. Ruto's humble beginnings would become his most powerful political asset. Despite limited means, Ruto's parents knew education was the key to a better life. He excelled at Waring Secondary and Kapsabet High, expanding his world beyond Sugoi. At the University of Nairobi, he studied botany and zoology, graduating in 1990. University life was transformative, a melting pot of ideas and the birthplace of his leadership. Deeply involved in the Christian Union, he honed public speaking and mobilization skills, making faith a pillar of his identity. Leading the Christian Union choir, he built networks and learned the art of inspiring others. His religious grounding gave his speeches moral authority and connected him to the influential Kenyan church. Ruto's academic journey didn't stop there. He earned a master's and later a PhD in plant ecology. This dedication to education showed discipline and substance, defying the simple hustler label. He proved he was not just a charismatic politician but a scholar as well. The boy who sold chickens had become a man of learning. His faith and education would shape his vision for Kenya. These experiences laid the foundation for his future leadership. Ruto's entry into national politics was no accident. It was a calculated move, leveraging connections from his university days. His leadership in the Christian Union caught the eye of President Moi's allies, leading to his role in the powerful Youth for KNU 92 group. YKY 92 was his political baptism by fire, teaching him the mechanics of Kenyan politics and the art of building alliances. After the group's disbandment, Ruto set his sights on elective office running for Eldoret North MP in 1997. He challenged and defeated a powerful incumbent, shocking the political establishment. As a young MP, he quickly established himself as a sharp debater and was soon appointed assistant minister, then full minister. Ruto's rise was meteoric. He went from outsider to cabinet member in just a few years. He learned from President Moi, mastering loyalty, patience, and the long game. His grassroots approach connected him with ordinary voters, setting him apart from the old guard. Ruto's political star was on the rise, and his journey was just beginning. He had proven he could outmaneuver giants and seize opportunity. The hustler had arrived on the national stage. His ascent would redefine Kenyan politics. Ruto's career has been marked by controversy from the start. His association with YK92 brought allegations of voter bribery and intimidation, accusations that lingered for years. The most serious challenge came with the ICC case after the 2007-08 post-election violence, where he faced charges of crimes against humanity. The trial threatened to end his career, but Ruto maintained his innocence, framing it as a political witch hunt. In 2016, the case collapsed due to insufficient evidence, and Ruto emerged politically stronger, portraying himself as a survivor. Allegations of corruption and land grabbing have dogged him, with critics questioning the source of his wealth. Ruto has always denied wrongdoing, attributing his success to smart investments and hard work. These controversies have made him a polarizing figure. To some, a symbol of corruption. To others, a victim of elite smear campaigns. Through it all, Ruto has remained resilient, using adversity to fuel his political narrative. Despite controversy, Ruto's record in government is marked by hands-on service and reform. As Minister for Agriculture, he tackled sector challenges head-on, meeting farmers, dismantling cartels, and stabilizing maize prices. He championed subsidized inputs, boosting yields for small-scale farmers, and was often seen in the field, gumboots on, listening to the people. Later, as Minister for Higher Education, he expanded technical and vocational training, pushing for practical skills to fight youth unemployment. He reformed university education and increased funding for research, laying groundwork for a knowledge-based economy. As Deputy President, Ruto was the government's chief implementer, launching development projects nationwide, roads, electricity, water, and schools. He crisscrossed Kenya, building a legacy of visible progress. His tireless work ethic kept him in the public eye and endeared him to many. Ruto's development record became a cornerstone of his political brand. He positioned himself as the driving force behind Kenya's transformation. As his relationship with President Kenyatta soured, Ruto reinvented himself, launching the hustler movement. He framed his marginalization as a battle between dynasties and hustlers, ordinary Kenyans struggling to get by. The hustler nation became a powerful movement, with Ruto as its chief hustler, promising a bottom-up economic model. He connected with small business owners, farmers, and youth, offering tangible support and hope. Critics called it populism, but for many, it was proof that a leader saw and valued their struggle. The wheelbarrow became a symbol of empowerment, contrasting with the entitlement of political elites. Ruto built a loyal grassroots base, bypassing traditional power brokers and using social media to amplify his message. The 2022 election narrative shifted from ethnicity to class. Hustlers versus dynasties. This resonated deeply, setting the stage for his presidential run. The hustler movement redefined Kenyan politics and captured the public imagination. The 2022 presidential campaign was the climax of Ruto's journey, a fierce contest against Raila Odinga, backed by the state. Running as an outsider from within, Ruto faced immense pressure and defections, but his campaign was relentless. He held multiple rallies daily, hammering home the choice dynasties of the past versus the hustler nation's future. His promises, job support for small businesses and economic inclusion struck a chord with voters. Election day was tense, the results razor thin. After days of suspense, Ruto was declared winner with just over 50% of the vote. The Supreme Court upheld his victory, validating the election as free and fair. On September 13, 2022, Ruto was sworn in as Kenya's fifth president. His inauguration speech promised reconciliation and a new era of economic transformation. The boy from Sugoi had reached the pinnacle of power. Ruto's improbable journey was complete. William Ruto's story is a lesson in perseverance, proof that origins are not destiny. He overcame isolation, court cases, and state opposition, never losing sight of his goal. His rise shows that a powerful narrative can upend entrenched power structures. The hustler versus dynasty frame resonated with millions, giving them hope and a hero. Ruto's movement is a case study in building from the ground up. Yet his story is complex. Questions about his past and wealth remain. His presidency will be judged by his ability to deliver on promises and unite a divided nation. The climb was hard, but governing may be even harder. Still, Ruto's journey from village to state house inspires hustlers everywhere to dream big. His life is now woven into Kenya's national identity, a reminder that anything is possible.